Every destination has an origin, every end a beginning. Had to sharpen my point before I could pencil my vision on sheets of rhythm. First step to getting your voice heard is giving the people the reason to listen. The first step to kicking an addiction that in you got a sickness of perceptive, taking the stand is to stop sitting. Gotta finish the chapter, see the plot, figure, take it out the desert. Know that mirage isn't non-fiction. People, resist indigenous people, they change hard to create percussion, banging the stones on cave walls. The original beat makers, a child's birth started at the first introduction of two complete strangers. Every invention started as a need. Every forest a tree, every tree you see. The precursor to every effect is the cause. Universal law, pride comes before a fall. Unfortunately, pain, struggle, and chemical abuses made the last century's most memorable music. The first step to mastering your craft is persevering through the years of agonizing practice. Sweat leads to profits, sleep leads to losses. The first step to anywhere leads to a coffin. The apple was the first step to the fall. The man, you gotta learn to crawl before you learn to stand. First step, domino effect, connect the sequence. Every event has a consequence that leads to another, to another, to another, to another, to another. Once the motion is set, yes, first step, domino effect, connect the sequence. Every event has a consequence that leads to another, to another, to another, to another, to another. Once the motion is set, yes. The back of a pickup truck on the northwestern corner of Sacramento in Augusta. A Mexican who exited his residence, imported illegally. He risked freedom to leave and cross the border, all with the intent of following his hopes and dreams of building a better life for his loyal wife and 3 children. It wasn't what he expected, but he was humble and content. Although often he wished for something more, he was met. One morning in July, a man decided to buy an apple 2 weeks during his drive through the city to the west side where his job was. Not just cause of hunger and thirsty, he passed his fruit man every day and his way to work. He never ate breakfast cause his mornings were too hectic, but today he had some topless. He was feeling sympathetic, so he ate it to the core. His morning appetite was satisfied. He threw it out the window on the passenger side as it flies out his hand. The Chicagoan catches it and carries it to the lawn of a single-family residence where it lands. His mind's hot, spits in the dirt, unnoticed. Eventually, it seems